What's up, wrestling fans? You're watching Fight Talks News, the one-stop spot for every WWE headline and showdown. Subscribe now and ring that bell. Let's get started. It was supposed to be another electric night for WWE's live tour in Japan, an event filled with high-energy matches and loud, passionate fans. But for Rhea Ripley, the evening took an unexpected and painful turn. During a fast-paced four-way match against IYO Sky, Raquel Rodriguez, and WWE Women's Champion Stephanie Baker, one mid-air collision changed the tone of the night. Rhea went up for a move at the same time IYO came flying in the opposite direction. They collided with force, and within seconds, blood began to flow from Rhea's nose. What looked like an ordinary spot instantly became serious. Ringside officials rushed to her side as the referee signaled for medical attention. The crowd grew quiet, the kind of silence that only falls when everyone knows something real just happened. Handled like a pro, moments later, Rhea was helped to the back for evaluation. Fans later shared photos and short clips of her walking with trainers, pressing a towel to her nose but still acknowledging the crowd. It was a clear reminder that even the toughest performers can get hurt in seconds. Yet what makes Rhea stand out isn't just her power, it's her composure. A few hours after the match, she was already online, addressing fans with humor and positivity. While many people would still be recovering from the shock, Rhea was already making jokes about it, proving why she's one of the most grounded and relatable stars in WWE today. The social media response. Shortly after being treated, Rhea shared several posts showing both the intensity and the lighter side of what happened. One video captured her sitting calmly while medical staff checked on her, her nose carefully packed with gauze. She smiled for the camera, gave a thumbs up, and captioned the post with her signature mix of gratitude and humor. "Thank you, Japan still love you." That simple message struck a chord with fans everywhere. It wasn't polished PR language, it was human. She didn't downplay the pain, but also didn't let it define the night. Her followers flooded the comments with messages of support, pride, and a bit of awe at how effortlessly she turned a scary situation into something positive. Turning pain into a joke. The best moment came when Rhea followed up with another post, a side-by-side comparison of herself and her dog, both looking adorably unimpressed, with the caption, "Twins." It was a perfect example of her personality, confident enough to laugh at herself, resilient enough to move forward. Fans instantly turned the post into a viral meme. It reminded everyone that behind the championship titles and intimidating presence, Rhea Ripley is also just a person who can find humor even in a rough night. It's that mix of toughness and authenticity that keeps her fan base so fiercely loyal. What actually happened? While the full details of her medical evaluation haven't been officially released, eyewitnesses said the collision looked accidental, just one of those unpredictable moments that happen in a contact sport like professional wrestling. The nose, unfortunately, is one of the most vulnerable areas of the face. It doesn't take much for a sudden impact to cause bleeding or a fracture. According to ringside reports, Rhea's injury appeared painful but manageable. The fact that she was able to walk out under her own power and later joke online was reassuring. It suggested that while the incident looked dramatic, it likely wasn't serious enough to keep her away from action for long. WWE's current injury wave. Rhea's nose injury comes at a time when WWE's roster has been battling an unfortunate wave of injuries. Seth Rollins recently announced that his shoulder will require surgery, sidelining one of the company's top champions. Jacob Fatu's storyline exit was also tied to injury, while Ilya Dragunov just made his return after over a year of recovery. It's been a challenging few months for the company, especially with major premium live events around the corner. For that reason, every health update matters. Fans hold their breath when a top star like Rhea goes down, not only because of what she means to storylines, but because she represents the kind of energy WWE thrives on: powerful, passionate, and fearless. Rhea's connection with fans. One reason Rhea's injury news spread so fast wasn't just concern, it was connection. Over the past few years, she's cultivated a bond with fans that goes beyond typical superstar admiration. She interacts directly with people online, mixes sarcasm with sincerity, and shares glimpses of her real life without losing the mystique of her character. When she bleeds in a match and still jokes about it hours later, it doesn't make her less of a performer. It makes her more real. That's rare in an industry built on spectacle. Her ability to blur the line between performer and person is what keeps her beloved across generations of fans. Why her reaction matters. The way Rhea handled her accident says a lot about her leadership in the women's division. Younger wrestlers watch veterans like her not only for skill, but for attitude. By staying positive and humorous in public, she sends a message that resilience is part of the job, but so is grace. She didn't post complaints, demand sympathy, or play up the drama. She simply acknowledged what happened, thanked the audience, and kept things light. That's professionalism. And in a world where viral moments often come from outrage, Rhea reminded everyone that humility and humor still go a long way. Looking ahead. As of now, Rhea's timetable for return hasn't been officially confirmed, but based on her demeanor, she's unlikely to be gone long. WWE will almost certainly give her a few days to recover and monitor any swelling or fracture risk. Whether she returns at the next televised event or takes an extra week to rest, fans will be eager to see her back in action. And when she does, the crowd reaction will probably be louder than ever. There's something about seeing a superstar come back from a real injury that deepens the audience's respect. It's a reminder that behind every entrance theme and championship belt stands a real person willing to push through pain for the sake of their craft. The bigger picture professional wrestling will always carry risk. Every match involves timing, cooperation, and trust. Sometimes, even the most routine move can go wrong in the blink of an eye. But the way performers respond defines them far more than the injury itself. Rhea Ripley's night in Japan could have been just another unfortunate incident on a long tour. Instead, it became a moment of humanity and humor, a snapshot of what makes her one of WWE's most beloved stars. She turned blood into laughter, worry into reassurance, and a scary moment into a story about resilience. Resilience in real time. In the end, Rhea Ripley's handling of her bloody nose injury is a masterclass in perspective. She didn't dramatize it. She didn't hide it. She showed it, owned it, and then laughed at it. That kind of confidence doesn't just come from toughness. It comes from gratitude. Gratitude for the fans who care, for the opportunity to perform, and for the ability to find lightness even in pain. Whether she's back next week or next month, Rhea has already done what champions do best. She turned adversity into connection. And once again, she reminded the world why she's not just one of the best wrestlers in WWE, she's one of the most authentic.